So you're most welcome once again to this video. My name is Mr. Kakayore Manasseh, teacher by profession, IT practitioner, and a software developer. In our previous video, we looked at how we can add students on the Easy School system, and you can see we already have some learners in these three classes. We made a trial for each level. This is O level, this is A level, the new curriculum, and this is A level, the transitional or the old curriculum. Now, in this video, we shall learn how we can create, actually, we are going to look at how we can add scores at different levels. To add scores, you must ensure learners are on the system, subjects, and classes, which we already did in the previous videos. So to add scores, we have to move down on our menu. We go and look for manage scores, and then you'll find these buttons here. Under manage score, there is a new curriculum score management, transitional score management. Then there is where we need to set grading scale. There is where we need to manage the grading rules, and then also comments for transitional report are managed here. So meaning, if you're entering, you want to enter scores for new curriculum classes, you're going to use this management tool here, say new curriculum, and it will load on this page here. So what do? We need to go and select a class, and I remember we registered senior 4. So the term and year will be displayed here according to the one you activated. If you activated 2025, it will be the one, so you may not need to change. Then subjects will be displayed. If you select an O-level class, only the O-level subjects will be displayed here. That is for new curriculum. If you changed and went to senior 5 and come here, you only find subjects for this level here. I think you can see now. So let's try to enter scores for senior 4, O-level, new curriculum. Then we shall go and say load. So it says no learner found for selected subjects in this class, meaning you don't have any student in senior 4 who is doing agriculture. So here it will only filter learners who offered that subject. On registering them on the system, remember we assigned them subjects. So if a learner was not assigned a subject, on loading to enter scores, you'll not find this learner here. So we try art and design. We still don't have a learner who is doing art. We try biology, and in biology you have this learner here. In biology you can find that you have a learner. Now, this is the structure of the setup or the management page. You're going to find the learner column. Then you have columns A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Then out of 80, this one is going to allow you to enter scores for activities of integration. If you see A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, these are columns to allow you enter activities of integration. So out of 80, we'll capture the end of term assessment scores. Remember, activities of integration are done after every topic. So the system allows a maximum of 5 activities of integration, meaning not all subjects may have 5 activities throughout the term. You may decide to have 2 activities or 1 activity or 3 activities, depending on how many topics you assessed throughout the term. And remember, activities of integration, we have a range. We have a score range based on race assessment mode, whereby the minimum score range is 0.9 and the maximum score range is 3.0. Should you try to enter below or above 0.9, the system rejects. So I tried to enter 0.6 and it failed. Now, when you are giving scores to the computer personnel, please, you have to ensure you have converted them correctly. If you say a learner has 3, maybe 0.4, system still says invalid score range, activity of integration must be between 0.9 to 3.0. So for out of 8, this is at the end of the term, the exams you do at the end of the term, we get the whole thing, the formative assessments and the summative assessment, to have a sum up of the learner's performance or progress throughout the term, right from the activities or the classroom assessment and then the examinations. So they are all got together. What will the report do? These activities will be calculated as average, and their average will be taken to 20, which 20 will be added together with these out of 8 scores at the end of term, and will come up with the 100, and the learner will be graded. I think that is enough. So I can now give an example. 2.3. This learner in biology had 2 activities and also 2.8. Then he scored at the end of the term had 65. So you use this save button, or you can use this save button here. So it says save scores. So scores have been saved. We can choose another subject, chemistry. So we can say 2.5 of 78. Maybe here had 1.7. You save. Before we continue, you may like you may want to first of all print out the empty score sheets and give them to your students, to the teachers. You give the blank score sheets to the teachers per subject so they can fill in. That means you'll have to register all learners on the system, and then you can generate these score sheets and then you give them to teachers. For example, this is chemistry, this is Shara E. Let us load. We have a learner doing Shara E. There are no scores entered already. So what you do, you just go to this button here, generate report, then you say generate. It will, then you say print. It will print a blank score entry form that you will give to your teacher. So the teacher will enter activities here, and then end of term scores out of 8 here. They will bring it back, and the computer personnel will be now will be able to enter these scores following the same structure of what is on the system. So that will be up to you. Then let's go ahead. 2.7, 2.3, 4 can have 78 save scores. We can go to English language. 2.3, 1.8, 79. Save. The same way you can still print a score sheet with scores already. Generate report, and these scores can be printed and store them in a file, like you can see them here. So you can print before entering scores, or you can print after entering scores. But it is better to print these mark sheets and provide them to the teachers as they make assessment for activity of integrations. They can have these scores and they keep on filling. Then they give you to fill before the end of term exams come, so that you can ease the work. So we can still come back to senior 4, and we can select entrepreneurship. We can say this is 2.9, 2.5, 68. Then we can have history and political education, where we have 2.4, 1.8. Then we can have 67 save scores. We can also go to ICT. Yes, we have 1 learner. This is a sample. Actually, we don't enter scores for each individual learner separately. Once you load, if you have 100 learners doing ICT, they will all be loaded here. You enter their scores at once. Then 67. So if you have many learners, you have this search learner filter. You just type a name of a learner and the learner will be shown here. Will be filtered from the many learners and you can enter scores for that learner specifically. Not again scrolling down until you find the learner. Just type the name of the learner. If you type the name of the learner does not appear, it means the learner may be on the system, but he did not register for that subject. That means you will go and view students, then you search for that learner. If the learner is completely not on the system, you can use the add button, add student. So we can go to Swahili. We don't have a learner doing Swahili. We can look to Lusoga. Nobody is doing Lusoga. Mathematics we have, so we can say this one got 1.9, 2.2, then we can have 57, then we can have physics load 1.7, 2.5. Oh, sorry, it should be this way, 2.5. Although let's that, and then here you can say maybe 57, and we save scores. So that is how you can enter scores for the new curriculum classes. Like if you were supposed to enter for senior 5, you just needed to change here the class. Once you change the class level, the subject field will also wait for you to select. So let's say we shall not repeat for this. The same way you enter for O level is the same way you enter for the new curriculum A level. It has the same structure. So the next one will be trying out for A level. So we can go back and view the report card for this learner in senior 4 whose scores have been entered. So it will show you a sample page of the report and how it will look like here. It is not until you select a class to view that's when you will see. So senior 4, you have the learner search here. It shows all, or it gives a learner. You can view one learner at a time. So if you view all learners, their reports will be listed down and you can print them at once. If you only select one learner, you'll view one learner at a time. So you can see this is Isabri Caesar, senior 4A with everything, and the scores are already showed here. You can see the scores are showed here. So we have activity of integration 1, activity of integration 2. So here it gets the average of the available activities and then converts them to 20. So average of A1 and A2 is 2.5, which is identified as 3. And in the new curriculum, this is outstanding. 1 is basic, 2 is moderate, and 3 is outstanding. So if you find some other reports here, they will show descriptor, but for us, we are using an identifier, right? And then we have this average out of these two activities is 2.5, and we have converted it to 20 automatically, and it will give us 17. Then it will wait for the end of term scores that you entered, which is 65, and it will give you the 82, right, as a total. And this is A. It is A. So what else? And the achievement is exceptional. I think by the new curriculum, you know this. If you find issues, just come down the grading scale table and you see what we are meaning. If a learner is 80 and above, he gets A grade and is described as exceptional, which means has demonstrated demonstrates an extraordinary level of competence by applying innovatively and creatively the acquired knowledge and skills in real life. That's what it means. And then you have outstanding. Outstanding is at 70 and 79, and its description is here. Now, this report must have a unique title. like either end of term report, beginning of term report, mid-term, like that. How can we change that? When you even look here, you see that the dates for end of term are not showing, and the dates for next term are not showing also. How are we going to do this? We need to go back and look for a button on the menu known as report card settings. You click report card settings. Please check, ensure you check what you want to be shown. You check this, and so you show student photo, payment code, lien, and so on. Now date, here this way you set the date. This term ended on, we say on 2nd of May 2025. Actually, let's say 22nd of August. Next time will begin on 15th. Will begin on 15th September 2025. You can directly type these dates here, or you can use these calendar fields here. Then you can choose which color to show. The report card color can be changed here. Basically, you have about 5 colors. You can have red colored reports, orange, green, blue. So if you have a colored printer, you can decide to have different colors of report cards for each class or stream. You can change it from here. So report card title will appear here. This is where you change your title. Maybe you can say beginning of term 1 report card 2025. So whatever you're setting here will appear. Now here we have a function for signatures and stamps. Function for signatures and stamps will appear here. You can choose a digital stamp or signature if you have it, and then the school stamp will go here. So let me see if we can find a digital stamp. We can find a digital stamp. Oh, I can't find any here. I'm looking for a digital stamp. Okay, no problem. We don't have a digital stamp. Now, the other section is adding comments. These comments you add here, add teacher comments, will based on average. So the system will look at the comment you gave at a given average scale, and it will look through the average score of a learner, and it will give that comment. Now, if you don't want to type them, just come and say save settings. The ones in the database will be brought back here, and you can edit. For example, shall say save. Very good. And then when you come, you will find that they have already been pre-filled automatically. The comments are here. You can now edit these ones. But when you look at this, you will see that they are all the same. The head teacher comments and the teacher comments. So you need to make them look unique from here. So if you find this when they are blank, you just need to go and save the settings. They will be automatically retrieved back, and you can edit them. Let's go and try out the report outlook. We can come back to reports, O level. We search senior 4 load. So you can see the title of the report is here already. You can see okay, we cannot see the comments. What you do, go back, report card settings, and you can save them again. You save them again. Let's see. That one happens if you have not typed. You're trying just to restore what is in the system already. Let us see. Yeah, you now get the comments here. Once you save the first time, it brings those comments, restores them from the database. Then you have to click save again so they can persist and display on your reports. You can change them at any time, because now see, the teacher is commenting the same way the head teacher is commenting, so you can change them. Digital stamp, if you have it, you can go and upload it like I showed you, and this field display this signature line will be taken away. You'll only see your signature here. If you don't have, you can manually sign on your report cards and put your stamp here. So that is the report card processing, and I think it is a wonderful report. You can just come here and print it. On printing, I recommend you change to scale 80 and use A4 paper size. If you add a digital stamp, it will again stretch them more, so you will use 71 scale to ensure everything fits correctly on your paper. For example, yeah, I think this is, if we say 75, this would be okay. Yeah, it would be okay. About saying 77, keep changing. Yeah, it is fitting correctly. So it will depend on what you want. The more you decrease the scale, the more it fits. However, it would also reduce in size or appearance. So you make sure you are trying out as you look in the preview to see. For A-level reports, we did not put the scores there, but like I told you, so here you have blank reports. The learner has blank reports. So, like I told you, if a learner doesn't have a photo and is female, you'll have this. Now, let's go and try out to enter scores for the old curriculum A-level. Still come under score management, and now you go to transitional score management page. This is where you're going to enter scores. But before that, ensure the grading scale is set. Grading scale, here you set it yourself, basing on your standards at school. For example, here we are saying that for a student to get D1 must score 80 to 100. To get D2, you get 70 to 70. This one is only going to affect the A-level transitional classes, because remember, for them, we are still grading them. Each paper must be graded differently. The learner can get D2, D1, grade 3 in a paper combination. So it will depend. So you can set this the way you feel like, right? But on starting the system, these ones will be there. They will stay. You will find it. You will not need to set them. You only need to edit. So after editing your changes here, maybe you want to say that no, to get F9, a learner must be 0 to 30. So you can just change 30, then F9 will remain, and you save changes. Like save changes, you get this message grading scale updated. Back, still before you continue to add transgender scores, you need to go to managing subject grade rules. Check whether they are there. These are grade rules as PioNeb, right? Like here you have a subject type, number of paper, and then it will give you the paper grade, then the subject grade. For example, we say if it is a subsidiary subject and it has one paper, to get O, a learner will have a D1, D2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6 in the paper. So like GP, if you get a D1 or a D2 or grade 3 or grade 4 or 5 or 6, you qualify to get O. This is what it is showing here. Then if you get a pass 7, pass 8 or F9, you'll get F. If it is a principal subject with 2 papers, to get a B, a learner must have a D1 and a grade 3, a D2 and a grade 3, a C3 or and a C3 or C3 D1 or a C3 and a D2. So these are permutations, and this was done basing on UNEB. This was done basing on UNEB grading rules. So if a learner scores, if learner's grading, paper grading does not meet any of these permutations, you can edit so that the learner can be graded, right? Take for instance, a learner's got a D1 and an F9. How can we grade such a learner? Two papers, has a D1 and an F9. If you don't find this here, you decide that that learner either gets F or O, then you can go and look for, maybe go two papers to get F, you come here and you say edit. Then you come here, you add a grading rule here. So before you add a grading rule, you need to put a bar here. Then you say if a learner gets a D1 and then gets F9, this learner must get an F, right? So you say update rule. If the grading rule you are putting already exists, then the system will deny updating, right? So that was an example. I can remove this. It was an example to show you how you can update these rules here, so that all your learners are graded, no matter how they have performed. You know, their permutations may not meet all what we have on the system. That's why we give you the chance to edit. So you can look at, to get all in 3 papers, a principal subject, what should be the score range, I mean the permutation. What is the, like here we say, if one gets an F9 and a better grade, and is going to get an O in 3 paper subject. We go up to 4 subjects, so it is up to you. So you have to confirm all this before you can continue. Now we need to go and look at the report admin settings. There is something here. You need to go and look at the auto remarker rules. These are teacher comments that will appear in report cards. So are they there? No, we don't have. When you enter scores on the A-level transitional score management, the scores will be automatically commented or remarked by the system, not that teachers will have to write in the report cards. For example, we can say that if a learner gets 0 to 39, oh sorry, you get 0 as a mean score to 39, you'll say poor. You can say poor, poor. Then you add. Then you say if a learner gets 40 to 44, we can say needs improvement. You can say needs improvement. So you're the one to comment. So the commenting of A-level subjects transition is different from the other levels. You said it from here. Maybe you can say to 45, and we add. So if one is 46 to 54, we can say, can you do better? Can do better. You add. We can say from 55 to 64, we can say good work. We can say good work. This is a sample. Good work. Then we say if one gets in a subject paper like 65 to 69, we can say very good. Say very good. Then if we want to get 70 to 79, this is excellent work. You can say this is excellent work. Add. Then if you say from 80, oh sorry, this should be 79. Update. Then you say from 80 to 100, we shall say exceptional performance. Add. So when you enter scores, this is what will show in the report card teacher's remark section, depending on what a learner has scored in the total scores per paper. So we can now go back. So we go to score management. Now before we go to score management, oh, this is report card setup. That is where you need to set the comments. You need to set the comments for transitional. These are teacher and head teacher comments. This is where we do it from. And this one, they will comment based on number of points a student has scored. That is for A level. And you see that you don't have any. So we can say if a learner gets 0 to 4, we get 0 to 4 points. The class teacher will say need settle and focus on weak areas for a better performance. Then the head teacher will say you need to focus much on studies and parents should be involved. Then we add. So for a learner who gets 5 points to 9 points, we shall say you can do better. Please just stay focused. Then the teacher can say, good work, but more efforts are needed. Then if one gets 10 to 15 points, it's a promising performance. Keep it up. So this is an outstanding work. Don't relax. So you can comment the way you see add. Then we can say, actually, let this go up to 14. I'll update this. And then we say from 15 points to 20 points. A head class teacher will comment. This is it's an exceptional work. Keep going. And then here the head teacher will say, we have more hopes in you with this exceptional performance. Then you say keep up, right? So you can now say add. Now you are set to enter scores. So you can do this even before you begin entering scores. The moment you get the system, you begin with this setting across all levels like I have showed in the video. Now let's go and enter the scores. So we go score management, transitional. So in the transition score management page, you're going to select a class. The term and year will be already available so long as it has been activated on the system as active. Then you can now search the subjects. Only subjects that are for this level will display. So say biology, we don't have a learner doing biology in senior 6. Economics, we have one learner doing economics. So we say this learner got 89. Like you can see, the remark is already here. The remarks will be automatically fetched from the ones that you saved, and they will be brought here and saved, so they will display on reports. Now teacher initial is going to be put here. So like if you have 100 learners doing economics, you're not going to put a teacher initial for each learner differently. You only need to type the initial. For example, if this is Kafko Bernard KB, you will use this button apply to all, and all the rest of the learners down, this column will prefill like we do in Excel using the autofill. So this one will apply the initial to all. We can also have in paper 2 6 to 7, and you'll see the remark automatically coming, and then you can give maybe NP, then you apply to all, then after you save, you see. So we can go to another subject, general paper. General paper has one paper. General paper has one paper. So we say 6 to 7. Then we say MW. You also apply to the rest of other learners this same initial, and then we say save. The same way you can print this. Like you come and say print this page, you say print, then it will show you that this is marker sheet for senior 6 general paper term 1 2025, and you have one learner doing GP and has paper 1 scores, right? That means before you enter scores, so long as the learners are registered in senior 6, you can print out mark sheets for teachers. They enter their scores manually there, rewrite them, then they submit before you can enter them here. For example, if you had geography, we don't have a learner doing geography. It's a physics. Yeah, you have a learner doing physics. So physics has 3 papers, paper 1, 2, and 3. Where you see a number here, this is a paper option. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. Each paper score must have its individual remark and a teacher initial. So if you can print this page, this is what you'll see. First, wait, you have to scroll it down before you print it. You see? So you have this. This is physics, and you have one learner doing physics. So physics has one paper, paper 2, and paper 3. So you can give this out to teachers. They will enter scores here for paper 1. The one for paper 2 will also enter. The other paper 3 will also enter the marks. Then they will give back the scores so you can enter. This one will ensure efficiency and speed in reports processing, because your list or the list of the learners will be matching exactly the structure you have on the system. So you can print them before you enter scores and even after entering scores. Let's say we had the 59. And this is maybe Bidangash Daniel. You apply to the rest. If there are other learners down, they will also have the same initial. Then you have 68. This is by maybe Nakawabi Jen. Then also have 78, and also by Nakawabi Jen. You apply the initials to the rest of other students down if they are available. And after, you can scroll down. If you print when the page is up like this, it will appear cut. For example, I think you can see it is cut. So before you print this, ensure you have it full like this. So you print and it will be showing already the marks are printed. So you can have this organized record printed sheet of the scores in the files. The only written ones will be provided to the computer personnel who is entering the scores. Then we can have back to dashboard. Back to dashboard. We have saved some scores. I don't think we have done it all. Have we exhausted the subjects? Biology we don't have. Economics we have done that. Physics, pure math. Yeah, mathematics we have 2 papers. You can also do the same. You print this score sheet, you give it to the teachers. Math has paper 1 and paper 2. So these teachers will put their scores here and they will give. So we can have math as 78 by Nakabobi Jen. If the other learners down, apply to all the initial 68. This can be Bidangash Daniel. Apply to all. Then after you say save, with this message here will confirm you have saved. So this structure you see is a bit different from the score management form of the other levels for the new curriculum, because for it has some paper options. So when you print this out, this is what you have. Very good. Now let's go and look at the report card for these learners. Report cards button, you go to transitional level, then you select this class, then you load. So reports will come here. I think you can now see, your learners have now been graded. You have D1 and a C3, a D1 and a grade 3 is a B. That one is already the other side of setting the grading rules, meaning in the permutations found, there is a D1 and a C3. So that one marks a B. If you want to change this, you can go and change it at your own time. And then these are the remarks that we already said, that if a learner has like 80 and above, we shall say exceptional performance, and the initials are already here. So we can still have, I think this is okay. Now here, it counts the total number of points. Like here, when you look at our identifier down, A has 6 points, B is 5, C is 4, just like your neighbor is. And then here we shall say, let's try to add it manually and see if we can come to 11 points. This is 5, 6, plus 5, that is 11 almost, because this is 1 point. Get this 5 plus 5, that is 10 plus this O, that is 11. Number of principal passes, it will count the principal passes. It knows that from A to E, those are principal passes. And then if there is O, those are subsidiary passes. So it is only seeing one here. Very good. So it comments. It comments, like we said, it's promising performance, keep it up. These are the comments you set for A-level report comments. And you see everything is now set. Everything is now set. So the other thing I wanted to tell you that the grading scale table on the report card keeps changing as you update your grading scale. For example, we said that 80 to 100 is a D1, right? If you go back to the settings under score management, then you go to grading scale and you say no, to get D1 you must begin from 85. Then you save changes. When you come back to your A-level report card, even this table will be updated to show what you changed. You come down here, it is showing that from 85 to 100, not from 80. I think you get that. So you can go back still and update. You bring it back to 80 like it was. Then you save the changes. When you get back to your report card for transitional level and you load it, you'll find that it has been updated back. So this table will have all the information, will be updated. I think this is all we need to know about score entry and report processing. So when you try to print here, it is showing it is very big. You need to come under settings, you take it to F4, which is already there, then come and look at the scaling. I think this is okay. You can still increase the scaling because we can see there is a big gap here. So you can keep on increasing. You can keep on increasing. It is on 90. So meaning we can have it at 88 until, yeah, it is now fitting the entire A4. See, it is now a beautiful page. However, you can see that the report, the school logo and the learner photo are still overlapping or being wrapped. So we can still reduce to 87 until they fit properly. No, we can still reduce to 85. You keep on reducing the scale until things fit correctly. Okay. Then it's happening. Yeah, so this is what you have. The reason that you have a few subjects, in your columns, that's why something is trying to appear very small. Yeah, a few subjects are in our system, so something is trying to appear very small. So that's not the number of subjects that should be displayed. Otherwise, it is just an example. This is wonderful. So your report will be very wonderful. You need to put a signature. Your stamp goes here and your signature will go here in case the digital signature is not applied. Thank you so much for watching. It has been quite a long video, but I think if you give it time, you would like the system. For more other videos, please subscribe to continue receiving more updates. Don't forget to contact to receive the system. Thank you. Let's meet in the next video.